family daripada keluarga ini. Memberikan penghiburan, memberikan support, simpati kami. Akan tetapi Tuhan, ada satu hal yang kami akan utarakan juga Tuhan di hadapan kami semuanya. Kami ingin berterima kasih kepadamu bahwa Tuhan sudah menetapkan ketetapan-Mu dan itu sudah dilengkapi dan sudah dilaksanakan ketetapan-Mu itu Tuhan dengan penuh kesetiaan. Jikalau Engkau dahulu memberikan visi-Mu kepada saudara kami David Silas Tuhan, untuk datang di Australia ini, kami tidak tahu apa yang Engkau visikan. Jikalau sampai tahun 1979 Engkau mau menyatakan visi-Mu kepada beliau, dan pada tahun 80
mana aku berada, kamu pun berada. Dan kemana aku pergi, kamu tahu jalan ke situ. Kata Thomas kepadanya, Tuhan, kami tidak tahu kemana Engkau pergi. Jadi bagaimana kami tahu jalan ke situ? Kata Yesus kepadanya, Akulah jalan dan kebenaran dan hidup. Tidak ada seorang pun yang datang kepada Bapa kalau tidak melalui aku.
One day you'll make everything new, Jesus. One day you'll bind every wound. The former things shall all pass away. No more tears. One day you'll make sense of it all, Jesus. One day every question is solved. Every anxious thought left behind. No more fear. When we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we'll sing and shout the victory. One day we will see face to face. Jesus, is there a greater vision of grace? And in a moment we shall be changed on that day.
Shalom, saya Pendeta Rubin Adi Abraham, Ketua Umum Sinode Gereja Bethel yang Tuhan telah pakai menjadi pelopor utusan Injil dari Indonesia ke luar negeri. Beliau telah mengembalakan jemaat Indonesian Presbyterian Church di Sydney, Australia, yang kemudian beliau juga adalah perintis jemaat dari Gereja Bethel Indonesia, Lighthouse Bethel Church, di mana saya pada awal pendiriannya juga ikut berpartisipasi untuk hal tersebut. Beliau telah menyelesaikan semua pelayanannya dengan baik dan telah dilanjutkan oleh Bapak Pendeta James Tambun yang melayani dan mengembangkan gereja yang ada. Selamat jalan Bapak Pendeta David Silasi, tugasnya sudah selesai, rumahnya di sorga sudah jadi, pahalanya sudah menanti. Kiranya Tuhan menghiburkan seluruh keluarga dan jemaat yang dilayani. Kiranya hal-hal yang baik, keteladanan kita juga ikuti. Biarlah Tuhan sendiri memberikan penghiburan bagi kita semuanya. Selamat jalan Bapak Pendeta David Silasi. Tuhan Yesus memberkati. Shalom.
thank you to everyone for joining us this morning. As some have mentioned already, one word to describe Appa is faithful. First and foremost, he was a faithful servant. He was faithful to his beautiful wife. Something I notice is every time they're not together, even if it's for a moment, he would always be looking for Oma. And he was also faithful to his favourite foods. He would always, most of our conversations would centre around food. So he would always tell me about the best pho place, how yummy tripe is, and he loved talking about babi kaki, even when it wasn't good for his health. So today, I just wanted to share a little bit about Appa's life, which really highlights his faithfulness. He was born in Majalengka in 1938. He was born as number 3 of 7. As the middle child, my grandpa told me that he was quite naughty growing up, but nonetheless, he was a good mentor to his younger brothers. He became a Sunday school teacher in his teenage years. Some of his siblings say that he stopped being naughty when he started serving the Lord, but some of his other siblings might disagree. He met Oma at church and they got married in 1965. Together, they continued to serve in church and he became a pastor back in Indop. He was offered a full-time pastor position, but he felt called to come to Australia. He shared that he had a vision or a dream one day that he saw a few fish in a pond. He picked one up and it said Australia. And so he packed up everything and moved to Australia with Oma around about 1978 or 79. He opened the first Indonesian Presbyterian church in 1980. I heard that they had started with only 7 people, but with continued faithfulness, as he continued to serve the community, it continued to grow and grow. They didn't have any children together, but they would always say they had many anak-anak rohani. His home was often filled with hungry uni students, and so Oma would cook and bake for them after class. Appa was also pretty evangelistic. He met a boy at an airport one day, back in Jakarta, who had helped him carry his luggage. It turned out that they were seated together on the plane back to Australia, so the whole flight he was preaching to this boy and invited him to church. The boy didn't come to church, but about 5 years later, he did come when his girlfriend, who turned out to be Appa's niece, brought him to church and they met again. Praise the Lord, because that was my dad. In 1997, he opened a new church under GBI and named it Anugerah Indonesian Bethel Church. He later changed the name to Lighthouse Bethel Church after coming back from Argentina because he received a vision that we were to be a missionary church. He then continued to serve faithfully at Lighthouse as senior pastor alongside Pastor James until his retirement. So today we gather here and we just take time to honour his faithfulness to finish his race. I just wanted to say, Appa, thank you for fighting the good fight, for finishing your race, and for keeping the faith. Thank you for what you have sown and what we have been reaping and continue to reap.
It's an incredible honour to be able to speak here today on my uncle's life. And what can I say? He lived a great life. To be honest, I could be here all day and speak about his life, everything that he did, everything that he achieved. He was a pastor, but he was also brother, father figure, an uncle, a faithful husband, a father figure to many. But he was also a pioneer, not afraid to step out in his faith. His name David is derived from the Hebrew name Dawid, meaning beloved. And how fitting that is. David, beloved by all, adored by all, loved by all. Inspiration to many, enemy to none. He was fearless. He was never afraid. He was never scared. I never saw him scared once. Never scared, never anxious. He was a true warrior. That's who he was, David. He loved the story about David and Goliath. It's all about boldness, being courageous. Even in the presence of giants, he would never cower in fear. He knew who stood before him. Always conquering giants. That's who he was. He was selfless, so I still remember to this day, this was about 15 years ago, and I still remember like it was yesterday. He picked me up from school, and we were in the car, and I told him, I said, I'm hungry. Can we stop by at McDonald's? And then we get into McDonald's, we get into the parking lot. Back then, everyone was still paying cash, so it was cash only. He took out his wallet, opened his wallet up. He had one $20 note left. And then he took it and he said, this is all I have. And he gave it to me. And he's like, oh, you know, like, I'm short of cash, but here. So selfless. I still remember that. He could have said no. And when he said he had nothing, he had nothing. He had no material wealth. He had zero investments. Zero. None. Empty bank account. He was living paycheck to paycheck. As long as he had enough to pay his rent, for food, he was happy. That was it. He just had a true happiness and contentness with his life. Never compared himself to others. Rented the same apartment for decades. Never compared himself. Never wanted a bigger place, big backyard. He was just so happy with what he had. As long as he could pay the rent, he was happy. He loved food, as Sammy mentioned. He truly loved food. He loved to eat. He loved it. Suka makan. Makanan Indo, makanan bule, apa aja bisa masuk. Suka banget. He lived his life with a military-like precision, where he was never late, never forgetted one birthday, never forgetted one important gathering, never once forgetted any birthday. He was always the first in the morning, perhaps a little bit too early, but he was always the first to call up and say happy birthday. His memory was sharp as a knife. Sharp as a knife. He truly had a lot of faith. He loved the Indonesian community. He was living the dream. He was living the dream. He was doing what his life was here, what he was meant to be here for. And that's what he truly believed. Every morning. He never complained when it came to Monday morning. He was always so excited for life. Every morning he would wake up with a drive and an ambition to make a difference. His currency was real world impact. He was always looking at real world impact. It was never dollars. University students had more than him. He couldn't care less. He had nothing. He couldn't care less. It wasn't what he was focused on. He was focused on making a difference. That's where his mind was. He was truly a different breed. So special. So inspiring. If there's anything that his life, that he could have made, and any statement that he could have made with his life, it would be this is truly how to live a fulfilling life. I won't tell you, I'll show you. He gave everything he had. In his 60s, 70s, even his 80s. Still continued to preach, continued to serve. That was his goal. That's what he thought greatness was. He achieved greatness. It wasn't to be a multi-millionaire, travel around the world in business class. He couldn't care less about that. He was just loving people, serving people, his Indonesian community. That's all he cared about. He didn't care about being rich or being famous or being recognized or how he traveled around, what method of transport. Truly, Dave, everything he had, there was nothing left in the tank. The tank was empty, the bank account was empty, but the heart was full, and he knew that was all that mattered. A full heart. Turn back to the King with a full heart. That's all that matters. What a life, truly. What a life.
My name is Ruben, and I'm David's nephew. Most people call him Om or Pendetta, but I call him Pepe. And I wish I could be in Sydney with you all to grieve and to celebrate the beautiful life of Pepe. When I think of Pepe, I think of all my childhood years and all the sleepovers that I had at Pepe's house. Pepe loved when we slept over at his house, and he extended an invite almost every single Saturday night. At first, I was a little bit reluctant. I didn't want to sleep over. But at the very first sleepover, Pepe gave me a numpao, $10. And I quickly thought that this would be very, very profitable. So one sleepover came, and two sleepovers, and all of a sudden, Pepe's sleepovers became a constant and a consistent routine in my life. And it was during these times where I started to grow an interest in the things that Pepe loved. A love for stationery, for beautiful pens, and beautiful calligraphy. Or the curiosity of knowledge contained in all the books that covered Pepe's walls. Pepe was much more than just an uncle to me. It was like a second dad. There are a lot of things that come to mind when I reflect on Pepe's life. His bold, strong personality, always insisting on going on annual Hawaii trips. Or his quirks, always buying the latest iPhone or computer, only to have us, or Ifan or call James, to help him use it. Or his cheeky personality, his jokes, and how he tries to get under your skin from more different angles. But the one thing about Pepe that I am most proud of is his commitment and dedication to the church. I couldn't think of a better childhood and upbringing than the one that I had, to watch my uncle devote his life to the church, ministry, and discipleship of our Lord Jesus Christ. All the times that I saw him study his Bible late into the night, or the way that he prayed in the quiet of the morning, and how quickly I picked up on his Sunday morning routine before he preached. It unlocked the church doors, and without doubt, Pepe's first order of business was to walk to the front seat beside the pulpit, kneel and pray as an act of submission and surrender to God. Pepe, I am so proud to be your nephew. And it's because of the hope and salvation that we have in Jesus Christ that we can celebrate your life with heavy hearts, knowing that there will be a sweet reunion in the life to come.
I'd just like to extend a very warm and sincere thank you on behalf of Lisa, David's extended family, just to everyone involved. Pastor James, thank you very much. Jess, for helping organise this. all the musicians here today, the Lighthouse Committee, the ushers, everyone that sang, the choir, that was beautiful. It's truly heartwarming, as well as also to the Indonesian community. Terima kasih banyak. Dulu di rumah sakit dia suka bilang ke saya, kemarin orang ini busuk, besok orang ini mau busuk, orang ini kasih makanan. Thank you so much. It's very heartwarming. Once again, appreciate all the support and the love towards David on behalf of Lisa and his extended family. Thank you very much.
Mari kita sama-sama bangkit berdiri dan mengakhiri kebaktian ini. Kita nyanyikan sebuah lagu, aku hendak bersyukur kepada Tuhan. Aku hendak bersyukur pada Tuhan karena keadilan-Nya dan bermazmur bagi nama Tuhan yang maha tinggi. Ya Tuhan, Tuhan kami, betapa mulianya nama-Mu, Tuhan kami, dimuliakan atas seluruh bumi. Biarlah dalam hidup kita tetap bersyukur pada Tuhan, karena Dia adalah Allah yang layak ditinggikan. Haleluya. Yang adil karena keadilan-Nya, dan marilah kita bermazmur bagi nama Tuhan. Ya Tuhan, Tuhan kami, betapa mulianya nama-Mu, Tuhan kami, dimuliakan atas seluruh. Ya Tuhan, Tuhan kami, betapa mulianya nama-Mu, Tuhan. Kau diagungkan, betapa mulianya nama-Mu, Tuhan kami, dimuliakan atas seluruh. Mari kita sama-sama angkat tangan kita, ya Tuhan, Tuhan kami, betapa
Ibadah sudah selesai, sebentar kita akan berdoa mengakhiri akan acara kebaktian yang ada. Setelah itu nanti kita akan viewing sama-sama. Dari awal sampai saat ini semua mengisahkan bahwa hidup ini adalah perjalanan, bukan jalan-jalan. Kalau jalan-jalan selalu enak, tetapi kalau perjalanan ada sesuatu yang baik, ada sesuatu yang buruk yang Tuhan izinkan terjadi supaya rencana Tuhan jadi dalam hidup kita. Semua kita di bawah akan menjadi seperti gambaran anaknya. Bapak Ibu, mari kita berdoa bersama-sama. Bapak Surgawi, kami mengucap syukur karena kami tahu sejak awal Engkau mempunyai rencana yang ajaib dan luar biasa untuk setiap orang yang dipilih, yang dipanggil Tuhan, supaya menjadi serupa dan segambar dengan Engkau. Firman-Mu hari ini mengatakan ada banyak tempat yang disediakan bagi setiap kami yang setia di dalam perjalanan hidup ini bersama dengan Tuhan. Biar Engkau memberikan kekuatan kepada semua kami yang hidup, dan biar Engkau memberikan pengertian kepada setiap kami bahwa kesetiaan di dalam Tuhan akan mendatangkan sukacita Tuhan secara pribadi bagi setiap kehidupan kami semua. Dosa membuat kami terpisah daripada Tuhan, dan hari ini kami tahu Tuhan, kami memperingati sesuatu yang ajaib yang Kau buat dalam kehidupan almarhum Pendeta David Silas. Biar semua kami dikokohkan, dikuatkan. Puji-pujian, firman-Mu, kesaksian, semua memberikan semangat kepada setiap kami. Biar kami nanti kalau pulang dari tempat ini, kami sadar hidup kami satu perjalanan yang indah bersama dengan Tuhan. Tidak perlu kami khawatir, tidak perlu kami takut, tidak perlu kami gelisah, sebab menaruh Roh Kudus di dalam hati kami yang membuat kami semua mampu mengatasi segala badai persoalan. Terima kasih Tuhan. Bapak Ibu yang dikasihi Tuhan, kedangkan tangan kita bersama di hadapan Tuhan. Sebentar kita selesai, kita berpisah satu dengan yang lain, pulang nanti dengan membawa berkat yang besar dari Allah Bapa, cinta kasih dari Tuhan Yesus, bahkan persekutuannya di dalam Roh Kudus menyertai hidupmu dan hidupku sekarang, bahkan sampai selama-lamanya. Biar semua kita berkata amin.
Silakan.
izinkan kami alami pagi hari ini. Kami mendapat jaminan kekuatan dan pertolongan Tuhan. Dari debu menjadi debu, daripada mula kehidupan ya Tuhan, dan kehidupan itu kembali kepada kami. Menyerahkan tubuh dari hamba-Mu Bapak Pendeta David Silas dalam anugerah. Biarlah Tuhan rohnya bersama dengan Engkau, dan kami menyerahkan hidupnya, tubuhnya yang dalam tangan Tuhan. Kami menyerahkan setiap perjalanan sampai pada waktunya kami menaruh dia ke dalam tempat yang telah tersedia. Berkat Tuhan, kuasa Allah, Roh Allah menyertai di dalam nama Tuhan Yesus Kristus. Amin.